Hi everyone, it's me, Spring the Fiber Enthusiast, and welcome to the channel. And welcome back to the Shaboom Shawl tutorials. This is part 3. This will finish the shawl as it was done originally. Now, if you would like to make it bigger than the approximate 62.5 inches wide by 37 inches deep, we're going to do that in a separate video. The extension happens between here and the border. So that is in a totally different video that will be coming out next week. So if you do want to make it bigger, skip this tutorial. You can watch it to the end and you can get an idea of how the border goes. But you won't work on your shawl until next week when part 4 comes out. Part 4 is the extended version, and that happens between here and the border. All right, let's go ahead and get started with part 3. Part 3 is the finish of the original shawl. So we are going to start with row 35. We're going to start with 1 double crochet in each of the first 4 double crochet stitches. All right, so we now have to put 2 double crochets into the chain space. One double crochet into the stitch. Two double crochets into the chain 3 space. One double crochet into the stitch. And 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space. All right, your repeat will be 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 2 double crochets into the chain 3 space, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and 1 double crochet into the chain 1 space. So it will be over the course of 5 stitches. So here is 1, 2, 3, 4, and into the chain 1 space is 5. So again, your repeat is 1 double crochet into the stitch, 2 into the chain 3 space, 1 into the stitch, and 1 into the chain 1 space. You're going to repeat that all the way down this side. And when we get down here to the point, I'll meet back up with you. All right, so I'm down here to this last crisscross. I'm going to double crochet into the stitch, double crochet into the chain 3, chain 1, and then we're going to start back up the other side, double crochet into that same chain space, and double crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to repeat your repeat all the way back up the other side. Each side should have a total of 103 double crochets before your chain 1 and after your chain 1. I'll meet back up with you for row 36. When you get down to the end of row 35, we're going to finish it like we started. So we need 2 double crochets in that last chain space and 1 double crochet in each of the remaining 4 stitches. And again, count your stitches. You should have 103 stitches. Chain 1, 103 stitches. Row 36 is another simple row. We're going to chain 1 and single crochet into the same stitch, that very first stitch. And then you're going to place one more single crochet back into that same stitch. And now we're going to place one single crochet in every stitch all the way down to the point. When you get down to the point, you're going to place a single crochet into the chain 1, then you're going to chain 3 and single crochet back into that chain 1 space. Place your stitch marker for the center point of your shawl into that chain 3. Then you'll begin placing one single crochet in every stitch all the way to the very last stitch of the second side. You will place 2 single crochets into that very last stitch. At the end of row 36, you will have a total of 105 stitches, 105 single crochets, chain 3, 105 single crochets. When you're done with row 36, I'll meet back up with you and we will begin our 9-row border. Row 37, we're going to start with a double crochet in each of the first 4 stitches. So I'm going to mock double crochet. Then 1 in each of the next 3. Going to go ahead and replace my stitch marker at this time. Now we're going to chain 4 and skip 2. Skip 2, 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. All right, now we're going to begin our repeat. Chain 1, 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and double crochet into the next. You're going to do that 5 times, 5 windows. So chain 1, 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 windows. And now we're going to place 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Chain 4, skip 2, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. And that is your repeat all the way down to the point of the shawl. All right, I'm down here at the point. You should have ended with 1 double crochet into the chain space at the point of your shawl. Now we're going to chain 4 and work back up the other side in reverse, exactly the same as you've been doing. So we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and double crochet into the chain space. And now starting in the first stitch, 1 double crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, because we're mimicking what we did on the first side. So that is your point. Now we need to chain 1, 2, 3, 4 again. skip 1, 2, and 1 double crochet in each of the next 4 stitches. And then you will start on your repeat. It's 3 and 4. Then chain 2, skip 2, 1, 2, and double crochet into the next, and continue on with your repeat. You're going to finish the end of this side exactly the same way as you started the first side. So for reference, you can look back and see how you finished or how you started to make sure that your stitches are the same at the end of the row. All right, I'm going to meet back up with you for row 38. All right, row 38, we're going to start with 2 double crochets into the first stitch. So I'm going to mock double crochet. Replace my stitch marker, and then 1 more double crochet back into that very first stitch. Then we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. We're going to single crochet to our chain 4 space here. Then chain 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to skip over the rest of that chain and the first 3 stitches. And we're going to double crochet into that last stitch. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. So that's 1, 2, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to begin our repeat now. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip the chain 2 and double crochet into the next stitch. I'm going to do this 3 times. 1, chain 2, over into the next stitch, chain 2, and over into the next stitch. So you have 3 fillet, chain 2 fillet windows. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. And 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 4. And reach over and single crochet to the chain 4 space. Chain 4. And we're going to skip over the remaining part of the chain and the first 3 stitches and double crochet into that last stitch there. And then you're going to repeat. Again, your repeat is 2, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next, 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 4, single crochet to the chain 4 space, chain 4, skip the next 3 stitches and double crochet into the next stitch and repeat. You're going to repeat that to the point of the shawl. All right, so I'm down here at the point. I have my double crochet in that last stitch there, and I need to place 3 into the chain 4. So 3 double crochets into the chain 4 space, then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and now we're on wash and repeat. We're going in reverse though. So we need to start with 3 double crochets into the chain 4 space that we're working in. 1, 2, and 3. And then 1 into the next stitch. Then chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. Skip over to the next chain space and single crochet. Then chain 1, 2, 3, and 4. And then we're going to skip the next 3 stitches and double crochet into the next. And 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then start working on your repeats. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, and then again chain 4, single crochet to your chain 4, and double crochet to that last double crochet of your next group of 4. All right, continue that all the way to the end. If you need to check back to see how to finish your end, you can always go and look at the beginning of your row, because that's going to tell you how to end it. You will be ending with a chain 4, single crochet to the chain 4, 2 double crochets into your last stitch. I'll meet up with you for row 39. All right, let's begin row 39. We're going to start off with 2 double crochets into the very first stitch, and then 1 double crochet into the next stitch. 1 and, whoops, 2, and then 1 into the next stitch. I'm going to replace my stitch marker. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And in this first chain space, we're going to place 2 single crochets all the way down here near our single crochet from the previous row. Then we're going to place 1 single crochet into the stitch and 2 single crochets into the next chain space. So a total of 5 single crochets. 2 in the first, 1 in the middle, 2 in the last. Now we're going to chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and we're going to hop over these next 3 stitches, and we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. And 2 double crochets into the chain space. And 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to begin our repeat. Chain 2, 1, 2, skip the chain 2 space and double crochet into the next stitch. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to hop over right next to this single crochet right here, right next to it in the first chain space, and we're going to place 2 single crochets. So there's 1 and 2. And then we're going to single crochet into the stitch and 2 single crochets into the next chain space. Then chain 5. Now we're going to skip 1, 2, 3, and into the next place a double crochet. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. One double crochet into the next stitch. Now you're going to repeat that all the way down to the point where I will meet up with you again. Continue your repeats just as we did here. So chain 2, skip 2, 1 double crochet in the next stitch, 2 double crochets into the chain space, 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 5, 2 single crochets into the first chain space, 1 single crochet into the next stitch, 2 single crochets into the next chain space, chain 5, skip 3, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Continue that all the way down to the point where I will meet up with you. All right, when you come down here to the point, you will have a chain 5, double crochet into that last stitch there before your point. You're going to place 3 double crochets into that chain space for your point. Chain 4, 3 double crochets back into that chain space. One double crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to begin working on our repeats. Just going backwards. We're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Single crochet 2 times to the chain space. 1 and 2. Single crochet to the stitch. 2 single crochets to the next chain space. Chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Skip the next 3 stitches and double crochet into the next. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. 2, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. 1 double crochet into your next stitch. And continue repeating. All right, I'll meet up with you at the other end. Once again, if you need to know how the end of your shawl should look, reference back to the beginning of the shawl, and they should mimic each other. All right, I'll meet back up with you for row 40. Let's begin row 40. Row 40 begins with 2 double crochets into your very first stitch. So I'm going to mock double crochet and 1 more crochet, double crochet. Replace my stitch marker, and you're going to place 1 double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. Now we're going to chain 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. My goodness. Now we're going to jump over to this row of single crochets. You're going to place 1 single crochet in each of those 5 single crochets. Then we're going to chain 7. Skip the next chain space and the next 3 stitches, and we're going to place a double crochet into the following. Two double crochets into the chain 2 space, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And now we're going to begin our repeat. We're going to chain 7, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. We're going to hop over to our single crochets here in the middle, and we're going to place 1 single crochet in each of those 5 stitches. Chain 7, we're going to skip over this next chain space and the next 3 stitches and place a double crochet into the next, 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, and 1 double crochet into the following stitch. And this will be your repeat all the way to the point where I will meet up with you. Once again, you are going to chain 7, skip the next 3 and the next chain space, place 1 single crochet into each of the next 5 stitches, which is 5 single crochets, chain 7, skip the next chain space and the next 3 stitches, place a double crochet into the following, 2 double crochets into the chain 2, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Continue with that to the point of the shawl where I'll meet back up with you. Once you've come down here to the point, you're going to place 3 double crochets into that chain 4 space. And what that's doing is completing that section here of 4 double crochets. Now we're going to chain 4, 1, 2, 3, and 4. 3 more double crochets into that same chain space. One double crochet into the next stitch. That's our new point. And then we're going to start working in reverse up the other side. Chain 7. Skip over to those 5 single crochets and place 1 single crochet in each of those stitches. Then chain 7. You're going to skip over the chain space and the next 3 stitches and place 1 double crochet into the next. 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space. 1 double crochet into the next stitch and begin your repeats. Once again, you're going to end your row exactly the way that you began your row. So refer back to the beginning of your row to know exactly how to finish off the end of this row 40. All right, at the end of row 40, I will meet back up with you and we will begin row 41. Let's begin row 41, and we're going to start with a mock double crochet into the first stitch. And one more double crochet back into that same stitch. Going to replace my stitch marker. Now we're going to chain 2, skip 2, and double crochet into the next. 3 double crochets into the first chain space. Chain 6. Now we're going to skip over the first single crochet, and we're going to place 1 single crochet in each of the next 3. Then we're going to chain 6. We're going to jump over here into this chain space and place 3 double crochets. And 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to chain 2, 1 and 2. We're going to skip 2 and double crochet into the next. Now we're going to begin our repeat. Our repeat begins with 3 double crochets into the chain space. Chain 6. Skip over the first single crochet from the previous row and place 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Chain 6. Place 3 double crochets into your next chain space. One double crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2, and 1 double crochet into the next stitch. That is your repeat for row 41. Three double crochets into the chain space, chain 6, skip the first single crochet, place 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches, chain 6, 3 double crochets into the chain space, 1 double crochet into the next stitch, chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. Go ahead and work that all the way down to the point, and I will meet up with you at the point. Once you've come down to the point, we're going to place 3 double crochets into that chain 4 space. Then chain 4. And 3 more double crochets back into that chain space. And 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 2, 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to begin working our repeats by putting 3 double crochets into the chain space. Chain 6. Skip the first single crochet and place 1 single crochet in each of the next 3 stitches. Chain 6. Three double crochets into the chain space. One double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. Continue working your repeats all the way to the end, and if you need to refer back to the beginning of the row to finish it off, please do so. We're going to finish it off exactly the same as we started. All right, I will meet up with you once I've reached the end, and we will begin row 42 together. Let's begin row 42. We're going to double crochet into the first stitch 2 times. So I mock double crochet and then double crochet back into that stitch. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. I'm going to go ahead and replace my stitch marker at this time. Now we're going to chain 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. We're going to skip the chain 2 and the first 3 stitches and double crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to place 3 double crochets into the chain space. Chain 6. Chain 6. We're going to single crochet to that center stitch. So we're going to jump over this first single crochet and single crochet to the center stitch. Then we're going to chain 6 again. We're going to place 3 double crochets into our next chain space. One double crochet into the next stitch. And now things are going to change a little bit. We're going to chain 1. We're going to skip the next 3 stitches and we're going to be working into this chain 2 space. In the chain 2 space, we're going to place 7 double crochets. Once you have your 7 double crochets, we're going to chain 1, skip 2, 3 stitches, skip over the next 3 stitches, and double crochet into the next stitch. And then we're going to begin our repeat. 3 double crochets into the next stitch. Chain 6, skip over to that single crochet in the center of those 3 single crochets and single crochet to it, chain 6, three double crochets into the next chain space, one double crochet into your next stitch, chain 1, and 7 double crochets into the next chain 2 space, chain 1, skip the next 3 stitches and double crochet into the next. You will continue that repeat all the way down to the point of the shawl. And you will continue doing what we've been doing to go around the point of the shawl. You will need your 3 double crochets into the chain 4 space, chain 4 and 3 more double crochets into the chain 4 space. Then double crochet into your very first stitch. You will then chain 1 and place 7 double crochets into the next chain 2 space. Then you will chain 1, skip 3, double crochet into the next stitch, and continue working your repeats all the way down the other side. Once you get to the end of row 42, if you need a refresher on how to finish the row, you go back to the beginning of your row and repeat how you started it. So we're mimicking the beginning of the row. I will meet up with you for row 43. We're almost done. We have 3 more rows. All right, let's begin row 43. Row 43, we're going to start with 2 double crochets into the very first stitch. If you've been curious about why my yarn is so twisty, windy, and giving me a fit, it's because I actually plied the 2 cakes together. They both were thin weight. And when I did that, I didn't soak them in warm water to set the twist because I figured I could tolerate it. So that's why it's been so twisty and windy. All right. Mock double crochet and then 1 more double crochet back into that very first stitch. Then we're going to place 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Now we're going to chain 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And we're going to work 3 double crochets into the next chain space. 1, 2, and 3. And then we're going to work a double crochet into the next stitch right here to give us those 4 double crochets. Kind of scoot them over together like such. All right, now we're going to chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. 3 double crochets into your next chain space. All right, now we're going to begin our repeat. We're going to chain 2. And we're going to skip over this single crochet and we're going to place 3 double crochets into this chain space up here towards the top and 1 double crochet into the first stitch. So we're joining those chains together. It's 1, 2, 3, and then 1 into that very first stitch. Now we're going to chain 1 and work some treble crochets. All right, so we chained 1. We're going to be working into each of these 7 stitches. So we're going to yarn over twice, go into that very first stitch and treble crochet, chain 1, and treble crochet into the next stitch. And you're going to work that across those 7 stitches. Chain 1, treble crochet into the next stitch. You will have 7 treble crochets with chain 1s in between each of them. When you come to the end, you're going to chain 1. You're going to skip over to, let's see here. We're going to skip over 1, 2, 3 and into the 4th stitch. You're going to place a double crochet and 3 double crochets into the next chain space. And that is your repeat. You're going to work that all the way down to the point of the shawl. When you get to the point of the shawl, you'll work 1 into the first stitch, 3 into the chain space, chain 4, 3 into the chain space, 1 into the first stitch, and then chain 2 and carry on. You will continue working the same pattern up the other side, the same repeats. All right, so go ahead and continue on with your repeats, and I'll meet up with you at the end. So when you come down here to the point, you're going to be ending with those 4 double crochets, 3 of which will be into that chain 4 for the center point of the shawl. Then you'll chain 4, 3 double crochets back into that chain 4 space, 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 1, work your 7 treble crochets with the chain 1s in between. Then chain 1 and double crochet down here into the last stitch of this group of 4 double crochets right before your next chain space. Then you place 3 double crochets into that chain space. Chain 2 and hop over to your next chain space. At that point, you're working your repeat. I just wanted to quickly go over when you go up the other side. We're doing the point exactly the same as we've been doing. And you have to start off and mimic what's on the other side. How you finish this side, you got to start this side. And when you get to the end of this row, you will end it exactly as you started the first side. So you can judge what you need to do next when you come to your last 7 treble crochets. You're going to repeat exactly as it is set up on the beginning of this row. You're going to finish the row the same exact way. So if you need a reference, you can always look back and compare notes. All right, so after I finish this row, we'll be moving on to row 44. 2 rows left. All right, we're going to begin row 44 with 2 double crochets into the very first stitch. One double crochet into each of the next 2 stitches. All right, now you're going to chain 2. You're going to skip this chain and we're going to double crochet into the next stitch. We're going to chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. chain 2. We're going to skip this chain 2 and double crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2, skip 2, double crochet into the next. Now you should have a total of 4 fillet windows at this present moment. We have 4 double crochets to start. Then we have 4 fillet windows. Now we're going to place 3 double crochets into this chain space here. Now we're going to place 2 double crochets into this chain space. And now we're going to begin our repeat. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. Then we're going to chain 2. And we're going to skip all of the next 3 stitches plus the chain space, and we're going to be back to working into these treble crochets. We're going to be treble crocheting again, 1 treble crochet into that very first stitch. The only difference between the last row and this row as far as the trebles go, we are chaining 2 this time between each of them. So treble crochet, chain 2, and then skip over the chain space and treble crochet into the next stitch. Chain 2. Again, we're going to work this over the course of these 7 stitches. So treble crochet, chain 2, treble crochet. I'll meet up with you on the 7th stitch. Once you've reached that 7th treble crochet, we're now going to chain 2. And we're going to skip the next 3 stitches. 1, 2, 3. Work a double crochet into the next stitch. 2 double crochets into the chain space. 1 double crochet into the next stitch. And that's the beginning of your repeat right there. All right, so go ahead and continue your repeat all the way down to the point of the shawl. Once again, the repeat is double crochet, chain 2, skip 3 stitches plus the first chain, treble crochet into the next stitch, which you will be working into the previous 7 treble crochets. Treble crochet, chain 2. Repeat that 6 more times. Skip the next 3 stitches, double crochet into the next, 2 double crochets into the chain 2 space, and then you're on repeat. Double crochet into the next stitch, and so on. Now, when we get down here to the end, you're going to have that same scenario, the same setup. When you get down here to the end, your last stitch down here will have a double crochet. You'll put 3 double crochets into the chain 4 space, chain 4, and again, 3 double crochets into the chain 4 space, and 1 double crochet into that first stitch. You will repeat that same fan, those same 7 treble crochets as you did on the end of the first side. So if you were to fold this in half, this and this should match. And then you start working your repeats up the other side. Once again, if you need to have a reference as to how to end the shawl with those fillet windows, you can look back to the beginning of this row and see where you placed your fillet windows to finish the row. Our next row, our last and final row for part 3, is row 45. And that is going to be the row that we do our little single crochets and picots. And I'll show you placement on those. And that will be it for part 3. All right, I'll meet up with you at the end of this row and we will finish up part 3. Last row of part 3. Last row of the shawl if you're making it the original size. We're going to start with a chain 3. 1, 2, 3, and we're going to single crochet into that very first stitch. Now you're simply going to place 1 single crochet in every stitch. And then when you get to the chains, you're going to place 2 single crochets into each chain 2 space. So equivalent of 2 stitches. And you're going to continue to do 1 single crochet in every stitch, 2 single crochets into every chain 2. You're going to work that all the way over to your second treble crochet. When you get to the second treble crochet, you will chain 3 and make a picot. I will work through this treble crochet section with you because that is your repeat until the point where we change it just a hair. All right, so here we are going to single crochet into that second treble crochet. You're going to chain 3 and go into the side of that single crochet in the top of that treble crochet. Into the side of it, and we're just going to slip stitch to create a small picot. Then you're going to carry on skipping. As far as skipping, I mean, don't put a picot on the next one. We're going to single crochet, 2 single crochets into the chain space, 1 into the stitch, 2 into the chain space, and then 1 into the top of the stitch, at which point you will do another single crochet, chain 3, picot. All right, so we got 2 single crochets into the chain space, into the next stitch, 2 into the chain 2 space, 1 into the stitch, chain 3, and go into the side of that single crochet. Made it a little tight. And slip stitch to complete that picot. And now we're going to do the same thing. 2 into the next chain, 1 into the next stitch, 2 into the next chain, and small picot into the top of the following. So there's only 3 picots. You're skipping every other treble crochet to put a picot. Now you could do it if you wanted to on every one of them. That's up to you. It's just the way that I did it and like it. All right, we're going to go on top of this next one and create a small picot. And then we'll finish off with 2 into the single crochet or into the chains, 1 into the next stitch, and then we're going to carry on 2 into the next chain space, 1 in each of the next 4 stitches. You just continue working this all the way to the point. 2 into the next chain space, and then begin again over the next fan. Now I'll pull this out so you can see. So we skipped the first treble, went to the second, created a picot. Skipped the next one, went to the next, created a picot. Same thing, we skipped the next, and there's our 3 picots over the top. You're going to continue to work these single crochets and those 3 picots over the top of that shell. all the way down to the very point. When we get down to the point, I will show you how to work around it, and then you can work up the other side on your own. All right, for the point down here, we're going to single crochet into the chain 4 space. You're going to do a small picot, just like we've been doing, chain 3, slip stitch to the side of that single crochet. Then single crochet, 1, 2, and on the second one, we're going to do a large picot. So chain 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and slip stitch to the side of that single crochet at the base of that chain. Single crochet 1 and 2, and then chain 3 for another small picot on the end of that chain 4 space and slip stitch. And then you'll go right back down the other side with your single crochets and small picots. So now that large picot at the very point is your point of shawl. So when you go to block it, that is the spot that you will block for the point of your shawl. I hope that you've enjoyed this tutorial. I am going to rip back and continue with this same yarn because I still have a lot left. And that will be part 4, where it's the extended version and making it bigger. If you make this, I would love to see it. Please feel free to share it in the Facebook. Send me an email. Share it in the Facebook group. Share your progress as you're working on it. And yeah, if you want to put it on the YouTube content or the YouTube, it's community tab, I guess, or post. I forget what they call it now, but you can add a picture now of your work there if you would like. And I would love to see your color scheme. All right, everyone, until next video, be blessed and be a blessing. Bye for now.